Okay, haven't done a movie update in a very long time, so I thought this would be a opportunity to do one and a weird way to do it. So let's do it. That is done. So at this point, I guess the movie has been in production since 2014. Today is like some miscellaneous day at the end of February 2016. I guess we started shooting at the very end of August, like August 29th, 2014, something like that. And yeah, I guess we were still shooting up until, jeez, I don't know, because we shot off and on, not really by design, just by necessity. We filmed a lot in the fall of 2014, from August up until about a week or so before Thanksgiving. And then the holidays start. Schedules become difficult for everybody. We'll just let this car go. That's what the snail does. He says, "Look at that S car go." See if you can spot that movie reference. So we were shooting in the fall of 2014. And we stopped around Thanksgiving, because holidays, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we shot once in December of 2014. Then, I think we started up again in January or some such time. I think probably closer to February, closer to the end of January or something like that. Yeah, or I don't know. Doesn't matter. The point is that we kept filming, but it wasn't real steady, and just whenever people had free time, we just grab them and we shoot. And as we filmed more and more, what we needed became more and more specific in terms of the actors who had to be available. Like at some point, like actors are just done, like they filmed all their scenes, and once that's happened, I only need actor X to appear with actor Y, and if actor A is available, that doesn't matter, so you just kind of had to sit around and wait. I have my own small part in the movie, and I put off as much of that to the end as possible. I think we wrapped all that up in the fall of 2015, and I guess that was pretty much the end of what I'm very, very that would be the end of what I'm very graciously referring to as principal photography. And since then, well, even while we were shooting, I was editing a little bit whenever I could find time, particularly on the scenes that had a lot more moving parts, where people were moving around the room a lot more. I really worked hard to start getting rough cuts of those scenes together while we were shooting, so I could figure out if I was missing parts. When people are just calmly having a conversation in a room, it's pretty easy to shoot, it's pretty easy to cut. I'm neither, wow, that was aggressive. I'm neither equipped financially or intellectually to reinvent the wheel when it comes to two people having a conversation. You try to make it visually interesting and whatnot, but there's only so many ways that I am capable of shooting between time and equipment and just my ability to make film, you know. But other scenes where I had people moving around quite a bit, those are always a bit more challenging, especially for me. And you need to make sure, like, if somebody like starts sitting on the couch and then something happens and they stand up and they walk across the room, you know, you just want to make sure everything visually makes sense and that people don't seem like they're teleporting from one place to another. You know, that's no good. It's just really disrupted. Looks like hell is what I mean. So that was something that I was working on while we were shooting in terms of the editing. But now, for the most part, I'm just going from start to finish now. I've jumped ahead and like done rough cuts of like the more difficult cuts that I've really already mentioned. So yeah, so basically that's mostly what's happening right now, is I'm just cutting the movie together. I'm trying to find music while I cut. I like to cut to the music when I can. I mean, I certainly have scenes where I've just cut them and not worried about what the music was going to be. But I do like to have the cuts kind of flow with the music and kind of have everything be cohesive and not just cut something together and then just take a piece of music and just put it underneath it and just be like, whatever, man, there's music now. Here's an extra layer. You know, I want it to fit a little bit more tightly than that. I'm do my best not to cut corners. When it's really just a matter of just doing like the work, you know, busy work or just time-consuming work, because that's the one thing that we have on our side is time. Like, we certainly don't have money. Well, we have time on our side in the respect of editing, because nobody's like waiting. You know, I don't have to have a firm release date. I can release the movie whenever the hell it's done. You know, so I can cut it, you know, and there's no reason not to take my time and, you know, tighten every nut and bolt that I can. Yeah, so right now I'm just still cutting the movie together and identifying any things that we may need to do reshoots for, or I definitely have a very small list of voiceovers that I need. That's gonna kind of be my go-to solution for things, just because like so much time has passed, you know, to hope like people have like the exact same haircut now as they did then is you know, that's probably asking for a little too much. Trying to get the lighting to match, all these things, you know, I think it'd be a lot easier just to do voiceover and trying to find another way to make it work. You know, if I have the picture, I'm really gonna just do my best to try to just make do with audio. I know I found this one very short portion of one scene where there's just a wide shot and there's no coverage at all. I don't know how I let that happen. Well, yeah, I do know how I let that happen, because I wear like 10 hats on the movie, and, you know, stuff's just gonna get dropped. That's just all there is to it. You know, if you're thinking about making a movie and you're like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure I can direct and produce and be the writer and be the camera operator and the lighting operator and the sound guy and the prop guy and every other little tiny job you could possibly imagine. I got news for you. Stuff's gonna get screwed up. And you might not have any other way to make your movie. And I hear you, because neither did I, but it's kind of a shitty way to make a movie. Just for example, when we'd be shooting in the winter, I'd be wearing like a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and I'd be like sweating, I'd be disgusting, and the actors would be like freezing, because they were just like, because it was the winter and they were cold, you know. But like, I was just constantly moving the lights and moving this and moving that, and, you know, doing all these things while you're trying to think about, the movie, and and I'm filmmaking. I'm doing air quotes. Man, this is tough. There we go. Just trying to do all these different things at once. It's just not. It's hard enough to make things come out on perfect in the best of scenarios. When you have all these moving parts you're juggling, that makes it just a million times harder. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. Right now I'm editing. I'm just trying to do the best possible job I can, and just take a note of what other things that we might still be able to do, if I need to bring the actors back in an effort to just try to make the movie better. And hopefully, if that's necessary, it's possible. I don't know. Things have changed a lot, since August 2014. God, this thing is fucking weird. I hate driving through this thing. Anyway, yeah, things have changed a lot since August 2014. So it's been a long time. February 2016. It's been a while. But yeah, that's what's happening right now. We're just in edit mode, and it'll go on as long as is necessary. But I'd really like to finish up in the next month or two to at least have a rough cut to start showing to people and getting feedback and sitting back and looking at the whole thing and figuring out what I need to do next to finish this movie. Take care.